Introduction to System Analysis and Design said the objective of the subjects are understand the fundamentals of the system development life cycle and its phases or the steps, means SDLC. These are the objectives to understand for a system analysis and design. Fundamental system development life cycle, that means the SDLC, the overall concept to develop a system. There are so many steps which should be sequentially to be executed and or to play a sequentially step by step procedures to accomplish the complete system. Second thing is the understand the evaluation of system development methodology. That means the different kinds of methodologies are there to develop a system, as well as be familiar with the unified process and extensions. Find out the unified process, how it will be become the unified or in a proper way to develop a system, and the extension of the system, or you can be expand the existing projects or the system after once you complete the project, once you completely develop the system, the extension or the new versions or the new improvements into the existing system should be done by unified process and extension. Be familiar with the different roles of the project team. There are during the system development, there should be a project team led by the system analyst and project developers, and all the members of the project team are to be specified to do such a kind of job or such a kind of activities during the development. That means so many people, so many you can say like the team members are to be joined to develop a system with a specific kind of responsibilities, specific kind of activities are to be done. SDLC, system development life cycle, basically or mainly have a 4 concepts like planning, analysis, design and implementation. These are the 4 steps to be recycled again and again up to the objectives or the goal of the system development life cycle is to be achieved. That means at the beginning of the system development, we have to planning and specify what you want to be developed, what you want to be achieved after the completion of the system or the project development life cycle. Then after, you can again and again get the reviews of the same system to make an improvement of the quality of the project or the systems. So the next is SDLC planning. Planning begin with the project initiation, development system request and conduct a feasibility analysis. That means the project initialization consists of develop a system request and conduct a feasibility analysis. Develop a system request, that means we have to specify the customer requirements. We have to list out all the requirements by the institute which is need to develop a new one system or to be improve the existing ones. That means system requests are to be more specified to accomplish the proper development and finally get the desired output. Conducting a feasibility analysis. Before going to start the development, the system should be planned and proved with the system feasible or not. That means the feasibility study. Feasibility study consists of so many feasibilities like technical feasibilities, social feasibility, economical feasibility, and there are you can say like that, any kind of systems are to be feasible or it is viable to apply over a particular location or a particular institute or a particular area or not. The cost efficiency or uh, we can say like the employment efficiency or the technical feasibility has to be checked, that the it is feasible to apply for a particular kind of users or particular kind of people or the group of peoples, or it it can be viable for that or not. So the next step is the project management. After project initialization, with the development of the system request and the conduct of feasibility studies or feasibility analysis, we have to check whether the project management is developed with the work plan, staff, as well as the control and the direction for the project. That means after the completion of the first step, that is the project initialization, the project management should be there, and in this kind the project management is work or applied for the people have the different kinds of responsibilities. We have to make a team for a particular job or particular responsibilities or a particular type of work. That means develop a work plan, what to want, how to work. These are the team leader or the project leader, or you can say like the system analysis. Sorry, the system analyst. The role of system analyst, it is the project leader, and in the particular project leader, all the team members are to be work to accomplish the total development. System analysis. Develop the analysis strategy, gather the requirements, develop a system proposal. Develop the analysis strategy. Analysis, which kind of analysis and how the different kinds of analysis are to be there. How can you gather all the requirements? Gather the requirements means how can you get the basics, details or the requirements specification by the institute which is provide you the this project work. That means for that you have to make an interviews, make a visit to the institute where it will be used, make a queries, make a you can say like the any kind of go through or gather the all the required details. More specifically specified the requirements is leads to develop a more particular kind of a outcome of the project. That means the first step it is more important as the gather the information or specify the requirements of the client. It is more important to develop such a kind of systems so that you can ensure the quality after the completion of the project. During the process, if you manage all the things, that is the quality assure and quality control. So for the quality control, we have to specify all the things very properly and clearly. Develop a system proposals. Then after we have to develop what we want to be developed. Next, design. System design. Develop a design strategy, design the architecture and the interfaces, develop the database and the file specification, develop the program design. The first is the develop a design strategy. Design strategy, after you specify the requirements or the system requirement specification, SRS, it is the next step is the design, and for the design strategy, how the design is, how it will be work over the system, and we have to specify the design which is reduce the data redundancy as well as different kinds of database or any kind of, you can say like that, the design should be more proper, more robust, more expandable in the future requirements, and to be you can say like it is more specified. If the system requirements is specified clearly and particularly, system design should be follow the same thing for the quality control during the development process. And the design architecture and the interfaces, which kind of architecture is to be used, which kind of models or which kind of methodologies are to be used during the system design, during the system development. Develop a database and file specification, which kind of database files, or you can say like how the relationship among the different kind of data files, like you can say the primary key, foreign key, and all the relationship among the tables, all the relationship among the data files to be access the data smoothly and store in a particular manner. Develop a program design. Then after we have to make a design of the individual programs. First design is for the system design. Then after we have to break up, or you can select it should be divided into the different kinds of programs, and program design should be developed for the unit or particular kind of program should be the part of the entire system. The small programs should be designed. Then after, the next step is the development of the programs after making the design, and finally the implementation of the system development life cycle. The final step or the last step is the implementation, is consists of construct the system, install a system, and implement a training for the users, and establish a support plan. That means implementation. After making the design, first making the analysis. With the analysis you can specify the system requirement specification. These are the SRS documents. SRS documents lead to develop a design. After making the design, the implementation phase, it is allowed to construct or the coding the actual program. Then after, install the system. After the installation of the developed system, we have to give the training, proper training to the employees, to the personnel of the institute which are concerned with the developed system. And then after, once you get the implementation, after completion of the training, then after we have to get the reviews or the feedbacks to accomplish the improvement of the system developments. Once you get the feedback in such a manner, then do or repeat the same cycle as the SDLC with the again and again how can we have to be improve the system. Putting the SDLC together as each phase consists of steps that lead to specific deliverables. That means each and every steps are to be specified, specific kind of job, specified such a kind of jobs to be more specifically develop the system. The system involves through the gradual redefinements. We have to redefine all the things gradually. It should be improved. Once the system is implemented, it may go back into the planning phase to first to its next revision and follow on the system again and again up to the maintenance and release of the new one versions of the system. Process and deliverables, like planning with the project plan, analysis with the system proposals, designs with the system specification, and implementation as the new one system, and the maintenance plan. System development methodologies. System development methodologies. A methodology is a formalization approach to implementing the SDLC. That means a way to work. How there are so many different kinds of methods are specified to develop a system. there are so many kind of methods how it become if the suppose if the large scale of the softwares have to be developed, large scale of the uh, system are to be developed, then which kind of methods is to be followed. The small scale or the low level of the softwares are to be developed, then which kind of methods is to be applied to get a better outcome. Well-known methodologies includes the waterfall development, parallel, V-model application development, and so on. So categories of the methodologies: structure design is the waterfall development and the parallel development. Structure design with the waterfall or the parallel. Parallel development or the waterfall models are include such things are as per the requirements are to be given or the provided by the any of the institute which is give you the job this to develop this. As per the specification of the requirements are to be arise, you have to start the development with parallelly. During the development, such things are to be changed by the requirements is being changed. Rapid application development, the phased prototyping, throwaway prototyping, and so on. Structure design has the same thing as planning, analysis, design and implementation, and finally the system is developed in a waterfall. Second thing is the rapid action development. Again and again we have to repeat the same thing fastest. Once requirements is just specified, develop the things with the sequence, then after again the system is requirement is being improved, requirement is being changed, requirement is being need such a more effective, then we have to do again and again as a rapid development phase. Okay, thank you.